Once, in a town not so far away, lived a man named Jonah. From the outside, he seemed strong and successful, respected in his work, admired by many. But inside, Jonah carried a heavy silence. From his earliest days, he had been taught the same lesson many boys learn. Don't cry, be tough, be a man. Emotions like fear, sadness, or tenderness were like shadows he was told to hide from, leaving anger and silence as his only companions. Jonah's father, a man molded by the same harsh lessons, rarely showed warmth. Their household echoed with unspoken pain, with love left unclear, wrapped in dominance and control. Jonah learned to measure his worth by his ability to suppress vulnerability and exert strength. But the weight grew unbearable. It showed in strained friendships, distant relationships, and moments when rage melted into loneliness. Deep inside, Jonah ached to be free, to reclaim parts of himself lost to a world that declared emotions as weakness. He felt trapped by the invisible chains of a system called patriarchy, a world that defines manhood not by love or honesty, but by power and control. One day, a chance conversation with Mira, a woman wise beyond her years, planted a seed of possibility. She spoke not with judgment, but with compassion. Real strength, she said, is not in domination, but in the courage to be vulnerable. Her words unsettled Jonah's old beliefs, but they also ignited a spark. Could there be another way to be a man? Jonah began to notice his own patterns, the anger he carried like armor, the walls he'd built so high. He recalled his childhood, the echoes of Boys Don't Cry, and how that had shaped his life. The journey was not easy. Faced with his pain, he stumbled and sometimes retreated. Yet he persisted, learning to listen to the emotions he had buried. He sought spaces where he could speak openly, men's groups, therapy sessions, places that welcomed honesty over machismo. Slowly, the walls began to crumble. Jonah discovered something radical. Embracing vulnerability did not make him weak, it made him whole. He found joy in honest connections, in relationships grounded not on control, but respect and empathy. As he healed, Jonah saw the bigger picture, the societal forces that taught him to fear his own heart, the media that glorified aggression, the work culture that equated success with dominance. He realized these were not his enemies alone, but shadows cast over many. Inspired by feminist ideas he learned through Mira, she called it feminist masculinity, a vision of manhood built on responsibility, love, and emotional truth. He became a man who could care deeply, who respected himself and others, who refused the old scripts of power. Jonah's transformation didn't erase the past, nor did it mean forgetting harm done or pain inflicted, but it opened a path of healing and accountability for himself and for the men around him. Through this journey, Jonah found something he never dared to hope for: love. Not the fragile, cliched kind, but a revolutionary force capable of breaking chains and mending hearts. Love taught him that true power lies in connection, courage, and care. And so, Jonah became part of a quiet revolution, not with banners or protests, but through everyday acts of honesty and kindness. Together with Mira and others, they nurtured a world where men could be free to feel, heal, and love without fear. This is the story of the will to change, a story of courage to break free from old molds, to rewrite what it means to be strong, and to choose love as the path to real freedom.
Thank you for watching. If you like to see similar videos, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.